He's not
strong.
as short as Elenis.
That's true. But see, like she's below my chin, I think. I don't know. Anyone below my nose where if I just like kind of glaze over, I don't see them. She's short.
Sorry, Josh.
Love you, Morgan. So speaking of the Arnold, let's go over the ladies who are gonna be there.
Let me pull up the roster.
The roster.
All right.
Okay. I like that they like attached
Yeah, their
their
Instagrams easy for
yeah.
creeping.
I know. Okay.
Mm.
So we got Elenis.
I we know her. She's been at OSG a couple times. Super
Yep.
fun, spunky. I'm excited to see her again. She's great.
Careful, she'll take you out at the knees.
She will. She's easy to miss. I
She's
look right
literally
over her all the
missed
time. Us tall
all the
people.
time. So many times she's been like, Jackie. And I and then
She's
Aaron's
like
like, he
down
hits me
here.
and and she'll be like, I'm down here. And Aaron's like, oh my God, that was embarrassing. I'm like, oh hi.
She sneaks up on you too. She's a little thing.
She's a tank. She'll take
She
you
is.
out. We have Cherry Machindu from
Oof.
Zambia. We love
She's
that
so
one.
great. I can't wait. I'm so
Yeah.
excited. I'm excited to see her with that trap bar deadlift. Dog.
Man, she is going to cause some damage. Wait,
Yeah.
how much was she going the other day? Hold on. I want to. My thick is fit. I love her nickname or her handle. She was doing. Oh, these bitches never post the weights.
No, she's sneaky like that too. And then I'm too
Honest.
impatient to pause and count the weights. I can't do it.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. But honestly, I feel like that's a mental game when it comes to athletes is we don't post
Oh
our weight.
yeah.
I sometimes do I've started to because um with the whole comparison conversation, I'm trying to care less about what people think. And so social media is such a mind effort. Sorry, my mom's probably listening. I'm not swearing. But social media is kind of the devil. And so
Yeah.
when you start to compare people, you don't want to post yourself. And that's kind of something I struggled with for all of last year. So I'm trying to post the weights just so it's just like if no one else is doing it, it's because they don't want to. They have their own reason, but you need to come and look back on this and see how you've grown, see how you've changed and just do it for you. So I've had to change my attitude a bit for that.
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes closer to comp season, I definitely stop posting my weights because then that's the mental game that you play with the other
Right.
athletes.
100%. And like I'm
So,
trying to get the views and the social media game up. And I've noticed,
yeah.
I don't know if you've noticed, I feel like you get more interaction when you're not posting the weights.
Yeah, because everyone's like, how much is that?
Yeah.
How much is
Mm-hmm.
that?
Mm.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, there we go. Okay, trap bar plus one, two, three, four plates plus 50 kilos per side. So that's, let's say the bar's 22 kilos. So then she had 20 times eight plus, are the green ones 15 kilos
The green ones are typically
or
like 25 pounds, like 10-ish kilos.
are they 10 or 15 kilos? Hold on, what,
I mean, you could be
can
safe
I
and
zoom
say
in?
15.
10. They're 10. Okay, so plus 10, 20, 30, 40 kilos plus a 22 kilo bar. 222 kilos. That's 488.4. So she was the other week doing 48.4.
Sorry to out you, Cherry.
Dang. She's so strong. And for reps too. God, she's a queen. Anyways, Cherry's gonna be there. Katie Blunden.
Yeah.
Katie's out of Australia.
Yes, she's got a super good overhead with her split
Her
jerk.
handle, her handle is blunder period buns. Blunder buns. Um, Lucy said that she couldn't tell her and I apart,
Mm,
which we
I think
kind of
you're
do look
taller than her,
similar.
aren't you?
I am, yeah, but it's the blonde hair, blue eyes, and it's the same
Mm,
color, same length. I can see
yeah,
it.
I could see it.
Morgan Irons from Iowa, she's
She's
gonna
been
be there.
posting a lot of the keg load.
Yeah, yeah. I think that I'm kind of impressed. Like, what did she get last time?
She did like
310
a
or something like
360
that?
keg load, I think.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun, honestly. So I also think I'm gonna win, but I think all of us big girls who are serious
I
about
have a
this, we
great
all
idea. How
have it
about
in
we
our
all
heads.
tie?
Let's all tie for first, and then
Yes.
we'll just have a completely new roster next year.
They have to invite all of us.
Yeah, exactly. But I think that the keg load at the end is going to be where women will bleed for that invite. And I can't wait. Like it's going to be such
Is
a
is the
gritty
hoist
event
is the hoist before the keg load or is it after? Dude, that
before.
hoist is gnarly.
I've seen it. Didn't she post it on your story today?
I did not.
Oh, someone did. Bailey did. Bailey posted it on her story. But Morgan is the little one who could. Oh yeah, 360. She's short as shit, but like she's got some big mama jama legs that are
He's not
strong.
as short as Elenis.
That's true. But see, like she's below my chin, I think. I don't know. Anyone below my nose where if I just like kind of glaze over, I don't see them. She's short.
Sorry, Josh.
Love you, Morgan. Jackie Oshevsky from Canada is gonna be there. That's crazy.
I know her.
Cassandra Moore from
I don't know much
California.
about her, and she didn't link an IG, so I can't creep.
Hold on. Cassandra Moore. Moore. Is that you? Follow my fitness account. Well, she's tall. If this is her, she's tall. I don't think that's her. She doesn't look very
Cassandra Moore, if you're
muscly.
out there, please tell us who you are.
Yeah, because I see a lot of Cassandra Moores, but I don't see any strong looking Cassandra Moores.
And if
Okay,
you're one
we'll
of
move
those,
on.
we apologize in advance that you.
Yeah, sorry. I hope you show me up and completely make me underestimate you.
Yeah.
That'd be fun. Let's have fun. Tessa Ridge from
Yeah, she
Texas.
was
I
also
think
at OSG this last year. Super nice.
she
She's out of
was.
Texas. She qualified. So she qualified at the Southwest Regional in Texas.
Yeah. Oh, she's
I
so
was
nice.
helping out with the live stream and I was like interviewing all of them. It was so much fun. I felt like a celebrity.
But no, she's super cool. We had a really good chat, and
Yeah,
Aaron had to make me stop talking so that I could focus and go and warm up. Rude.
that is
Anyways,
rude.
can't wait to see her again. Jackie Rhodes from Oklahoma.
Never
Know
heard of her.
her. She's pretty strong. Summer Johnson. I feel like this needs to be talked about the most because Summer Johnson is coming back. So, in my experience, Summer's been here for a long time. Is she
Yeah.
military?
I'm not sure. I've never competed against her, but I know who she
Right.
is because I
Right.
again I'm a certified creep.
Yeah.
So
So
yeah,
she is
super strong.
I've competed with her adjacent, but never against. So I'm really excited because she's got like this mental fortitude about her where pain doesn't exist.
Right.
And it's wild. Like she is so strong. She just goes into the zone and she's
I
wow,
think
it's
I
crazy.
think
So
that speaks to like so for example it shows like she's coached by First Called Strength, which I know is Andrew Clayton. Like I think Andrew Clayton is her coach, and I think they
okay.
have very similar mental aspects about competing.
Mm, yeah,
Which is like you said, it's like that mental grit, like I will do whatever it takes and stop at nothing. And so that
yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah, so I'm really excited to go up against her because she's a really good sportsman when she competes. It's she's not really boo-hoo. She'll gab with you on the side, but when it's go time, the face is on. And
Yeah,
like she will give it her all and she might not win the whole thing, but she will really push you to do it. And
I love
like
that.
I don't know what she's like now. I don't know what her competitive edge is like because it's been last I competed with her was Norway in 2018.
Okay.
Um so it's been quite a while. So I'm really excited to see Summer again in person. Stevie Algby. Did I say that right?
Um, so I see on here she's coached by RPE 11, so Alec Jose.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw her, let's see, I watched the nationals, the Strongman Corp nationals last year, so 24, no,
Mm-hmm.
23. Um, where so she won the trap bar deadlift. I think she pulled over 600 on the trap bar deadlift to win.
Nice.
Um, So I think she's impressive. I looked at her
Yeah.
Instagram as well. She'll probably hit high twos.
Yeah.
She's repping
Well,
out.
back in September, she hit 240.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I'm excited.
she's definitely going to be a big contender.
I think the big thing with strongman is people can and do come out of the woodwork.
Yeah.
And just because you're number one somewhere doesn't mean you're number one everywhere. And you don't know what sleepers exist. I didn't know Katie Blunden existed until she came to OSG, but that girl's been here for a while. She's been taking up space for a while.
But I mean, look at like for example, you could like people could say that or have that same argument about like Angelica Jardine, who like
Yeah.
was competing locally, and then she actually I went back and looked. She took third to Erin Murray at the Arnold when Erin won, and
Yeah.
then came back and like started whooping everybody's ass. Like,
Smoked them.
yeah. So,
Yeah.
anyways,
So I think there's sleepers everywhere. And I don't think that just because you've won in the past doesn't guarantee you win in the future.
oh for sure.
When I was getting ready for OSG, I had made a post of like, I'm excited for OSG this year because there's a lot of unknown faces. And so the podium's wide open. And someone came back and commented, well, we all know Rebecca's there. So she's obviously number one. And it's like, as you know, no podium position is promised.
Hmm.
So that's actually a highly asshole thing to say because I didn't think I was getting second. Bitch, are you
Right.
kidding me? When someone was like, Jackie, you're second, I was like, what? And then me and Aaron started crying and hugging because it's like, are you serious? I thought at most I'd get fourth or third. And the podium is never promised.
Right.
You
And
have
but you
favorites.
never know either with competitions. I mean, in this
Yeah.
sport, like firsthand injuries are no one
Yeah.
plans to get injured during comp.
No.
Nobody plans to fumble like
No.
an event. And so you can't guarantee people's podiums or placings because you just don't know. Like especially when we're traveling, like people maybe didn't travel well, maybe they didn't sleep well, maybe
Yeah.
they didn't eat well. You just don't know
Yeah.
until comp day. And
Yeah.
so I guess with
Exactly.
all of that to say, while I am a big creeper, I also want to see them put their money where their mouth is. So
Absolutely. Okay, and then Grace Watrin. I'm sorry if I butchered your name.
I don't
Um,
know much about her. Although
PLU Nationals 24,
hmm,
263 squat.
she did
She's friends
600 for three
with,
on the trap bar.
yeah, she's got a
Although
nice
it's the
booty.
rogue trap bar, which I don't know if anyone has paid attention. If you look
Mm.
at the measurements for the Kabuki trap bar, it's pretty wide. It's kind of like
Mm.
remember
Love a wide bar.
at OSG when we did when Sticks and Stones made that
Yeah.
it's like that wide.
Okay.
So
Okay.
just a heads up for anyone who's training on the Rogue bar, it's much wider.
But here's the thing is, so we had a really wide frame carry at Swick at the first Swick in how many years ago? It's 4 years ago now. 2021. It was wide. Apparently, everyone there was like, this thing is wide. And I didn't find it wide. But then again, I was the only one
You
who was
have
6 feet
big
there.
bird arms.
I know. So I didn't really find it that wide. So for me, the wider it was, the more I could actually lock my lats in because of how long my arms are.
I agree
So
though. I didn't mind the frame from Sticks and Stones at OSG 2 years ago. I
yeah,
really liked it. But I
yeah,
can understand why if someone has like a smaller frame or shorter arms, why they wouldn't, because it's harder to pick up when you're like basically teeing it. But
exactly.
I'm sorry, get longer
So
arms.
it's oh, I have them and I don't like them for pressing.
Yeah.
So this Grace girl, she pulled 600 on the trap bar for 3 on January 9th. So she's
Yeah.
gonna be, oh, this is gonna be fun.
I
I can't wait to see
know.
how these girls move. It looks like she put a 600-pound yoke for a few meters back in December. Honestly, I
Hmm.
feel like for people who don't go to OSG, when you watch it, it's just like, I gotta get under that. And so
Yeah.
I knew a few people that didn't go and they did the events just to see where they would place. Obviously, that doesn't really work because the stress of travel, the stress of not having your bed, the stress of not having your normal food. Everything is so different on game day, especially when you have to travel to it. So, good for them for trying
Right.
to see where they would place, but it's just always different. T York from Florida. Who's that?
It says it's user not found.
User not found. So we'll find out on that day. Taylor, how is it? Taylor Doxy?
Oh, I watched her on she did the Midwest regional for OSG. She's a
Okay.
giant. I think she's taller than you. I think she's like 6'3" or something. She's huge.
Dang.
She's tall and
Oh
lanky.
man, deadlifting must suck for. Yeah, it does. That's a long way up. Poor
It
girl.
is. It is a long way up. But I'm super excited to compete against her. I think she's newer to the
Yeah,
sport, but I could
yeah,
be wrong. I've just never heard of her. But
yeah.
I'm excited, or at least she's newer into
Oh,
these bigger comps. So I'm
she's
excited.
going to
She's also going to the pro am that I'm going
the
to.
pro am. Yeah,
So
on
we'll have head to
March
head
22nd.
2 in a row.
Nice. Yeah, she's a tall girl. Dang, girl, where do you get your pants? One thing I really would like to normalize is girls asking each other where they got their pants from and not looking at it like it's gay. Because as a tall woman, or if I see you and you have a really big badonkadonk, I need to know where you got those because I can't find pants that fit me.
Right.
So
It's hard to
quit.
find pants that fit the waist and the butt and the thighs,
I'm
and
not being a creep. I just need to know where I can spend my money.
they last longer than 6 months.
Yeah, or three,
Yeah,
like tell me where so I can buy 4 pairs so that I can at least have pants for a year, one for every 3 months. That's all I'm saying.
that's
Don't
true.
gatekeep. Anyways, Mary Forrest from Connecticut. Okay, so she also looks tall. I don't know her.
I don't know her
Summer
either.
tired deadlift.
Um, she didn't post the weight,
Mm,
but I think that's
no, she did.
405. Not on the trap bar deadlift.
I would imagine that that bar
I
is
think I think
anywhere
that's the Rogue. Is that the Rogue bar? I think I don't know.
potentially.
So I mean, it's somewhere between 405, 450 ish
Yeah,
pounds. I don't know what that
okay.
is in kilos.
I don't know. About
Um,
185.
but anyways, I mean, I'm excited to have her. It'll be fun.
Yeah. Yeah, honestly, it's always fun to watch new girls come on the scene because what I find so fun is how they get like first time comp jitters and just seeing how nervous they are. It's like, oh, that's so cute. And then I'm always like, oh, was I like that? The answer is yes, I was. But it's fun to watch it because it's like, man, like it is really nerve-wracking the first time.
But I wonder, do you think about, I don't know if people, I just was thinking about this. There's people, obviously, like you and I, who are very
Mhm.
outspoken. We have a relationship outside of competitions, like we're talking to each other frequently. And so when we get together, it's like we pick back up where we left off. And so here
Yeah.
we are, two large women who are loud and like crass, to say the
Yeah,
least. Like, I'm sure there's new people that are like, what the heck is this?
you know. But I tried to like include them in like this year at OSG. Katie was off to the side quite a bit, and I would try and like look at her when I was talking to a few women and like try and like get her involved so that because like I know what it's like to have someone turn their back on you and like
Right.
the circle closes off and no one's including you, but you're there, you're doing the same thing. And so like I tried to do that with a few of the women because being an outcast is never fun. So I don't know. I don't know what people think, but I mean, if you put us top 10 women together, like hungry, tired, we're waiting for this wrecking ball. We do
I
some
mean,
really weird
we're
things.
going to start getting people to take pictures with us and
Yeah.
do TikToks and all sorts of stuff.
Yeah.
So,
And
listen,
talk
I'm not
about
there
like
for a long time. I'm there for a good time.
and probably talk about what our farts sound like. Like it gets kind of weird.
And do we wear underwear? Easy.
Team undies or team no undies.
I know. Answer in
Aaron
the
just tried
comments.
to
Are you
call.
team commando or not commando?
Yeah. Put in the comments. Are you hashtag team commando or hashtag team undies?
Hmm.
I actually want to know that. He's going to be in it
Um,
now. Okay,
the
so the
last
first
person,
woman who
Julia
signed
Martin,
up.
doesn't have someone. Does she? She's not linked. No
Sorry, who?
IG.
What? Julia Martin. Oh yeah.
Yeah, no IG.
Yeah, user not found. She's from California. So there's one, two,
Either there's the same
three
person that
unknowns.
has a user not found account, or these are actually different people and they just don't have social media.
Yeah. Yeah. Can you search for her though?
That has to be a
Julia,
pretty common name, though.
probably. Julia Martin.
It's not
It
like
is
they're
up here.
searching for you. If they searched for you,
World's Strongest Julia. Found her.
she didn't link it correctly.
Hmm. Current master of keg loading. Oh, Morgan.
Uh-oh, call her out.
Okay, but it looks like on the trap bar 3 days ago, 390 for a 3x6 for Posies. Cute.
You.
Cute. Okay. Okay, there's 4 1/4. All right. She did 480 by 6. Cool. Okay, she's strong. She's strong. We're all strong. Like it's hard to just pick them off,
It
you
is.
know? Okay. And then for the kegs, she's loaded a 325 keg. Okay. Who is that she's trading with? Is that, yeah, Matt Webb. Okay, so she trains with Matt Webb or
Oh,
at his
he's a
gym.
hoot.
He's a hoot and a half. He's a hoot.
He
Okay,
also
cool.
signed up to do, Matt Webb also signed up to do Olympic City. So I'm excited for that. I do
Nice.
enjoy that there's some of those like masters guys who will come back down and still do open and whoop their ass. Like, just because I'm an old man doesn't mean I can't whoop you. I love
I
that.
know. I like it. So if we go up a weight class into the 82s, we have quite a few Canadians. So I'm the only Canadian
Hmm.
in the open, if you want to call it circuit right now. There's been a few open women who just came out of Strongman Corp Canada Nationals who are pros, but they're just busy with life. So there's hopefully next year we see a few more opens from Canada. But in the 82s, we have Sam Moffat, we have Taylor Woods. Taylor Woods is like always a top 10 athlete
Yeah,
wherever
yeah,
she
yeah, yeah.
goes.
She was at the Shaw too, right?
Yeah, she was. We have Anne Roussel, who is the newest U82 pro out of Canada. She placed first at nationals. Michelle Tinsley from Canada. I believe she podiumed 2 or 3 years ago in Strongman Corp. I believe she's a pro. I could be wrong though. But we have one, two, three, four, five from Canada representing the 82 class. That's awesome.
Ooh.
Not that that matters to you.
I don't know any of them. I also don't know, I don't recognize any of the names except for Jessica Mitchell. Jessica Mitchell's been at OSG a few times. She's solid.
Jessica Mitchell. Where do you
Hmm.
see that? Up
At the
in
top of the
the, oh
82s.
yeah. Jessica Mitchell. Oh, ooh, she's fierce.
I know.
That's gonna be. She's strong.
She is super strong. She initially I thought was in the open, but she maybe had
Yeah.
decided to move up to 82, which
Well,
either
she's
way.
tiny though. Like her and Morgan are the same height. She's small.
Mm,
And like at what was this? America's Strongest Woman U82. She placed
right.
second. She beat out Erin Murray and Summer placed first. So it's Summer Johnson,
Crazy.
Jessica, and then Erin. So she's a tank. She might,
Oh
you
yeah.
never know.
It looks
But
like
I'm
there's
just
quite a few Canadians in the open men too that are coming. Do you know any of the open men Canadians?
hold on, let me get there. Open men. Okay, so first is Andrew Langlair. He's the newest pro out of Canada from nationals. Billy Hornaday, do not know him. Hold on. Canada's so big. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
wait, yeah, I do. Wait, do I? Oh, yeah, I do.
You know, it's just
Yeah,
them
he's
two.
fun.
Although
He's
I do see our good friend on here, Jack Osborne, our new friend
yeah,
from across the
nice.
pond.
Yeah. So this kid, he I believe he's like in university or just out of high school or something like that. He's
Hmm.
young, he's a kid, but he's rugby strong. Like he's wild. He did a good job. Who else do we got from
Oh,
Canada?
I do see.
That's it.
He looks like a pup. He's a
Yeah,
young boy.
he's pretty young. Okay, so we got Mr. Jack. Who's this Jordan Osborne? Oh, he's from the Australia. Australia. I see
Jack over
Mr.
there,
Colton
Team
Rhodes
Laws
on
for
there.
you.
I know. Yeah, it's going to be a little bit crazy. I have a feeling that the Team Laws and the Oklahomites are going to band together and just kind of wreck Ohio,
Always.
Columbus,
I
you know?
know. I mean,
Could
so
be
from my
fun.
gym, so just from my gym, there's several
Hmm.
events that Colton is coaching. So there's me,
That Colton
obviously, in the
guy.
open women, and then in the open men, he's coaching Seth Sokup, who got 10th at OSG,
Yep.
um, younger brother to Alec. Colton did sign up for the for the Arnold, but he is pulling out because of his knee.
Ah,
So
right.
he's just gonna be coaching, which is fine.
Hmm.
Alfredo Tatum, who's from my gym, who is in the 90 kilo men. He
Right.
didn't top 10 at OSG, but he was one of the ones who had qualified. And then he picked up Colton to help to coach him for this comp. So super excited about that. And
Right.
then in the 120 kilo men, which is like 264 pounds ish,
Hmm.
Colton coaches Elijah Yoder, who got second last year at the Arnold. So he's coming
Right.
back to win. And then I think that's it for who coaches Colton or who Colton coaches. But then another
Hmm.
person from my gym is Tommy Mazel. He's in the 105 men. He's
Okay.
going to be there. And then I'm trying to think if there's anybody else. Oh, and then Colton's coaching two or three of the firefighters at the World's Strongest Firefighter
Sick.
comp. So
That's
lots of
awesome.
Oklahoma Brew House, Team Roadhouse.
Yeah. Sorry, did you say if Seth was competing
Seth is competing in the open.
or Alec?
Alec
Alec, is
is
he
not.
competing? Oh, okay.
Alec said he
Um,
won last year and he doesn't want to go back. Just kidding. Yeah, he has invitations to other comps that he's wanting to
yeah.
do. Um
Well, I'm sure
obviously
he
the
has an
last
invite to like PSL.
yeah, the last year for Alec was really good for him. Obviously, he won the Arnold last
Yeah.
year, he won the Shaw, he won OSG, he won nationals in 23. And so he's on this like winning streak. And
Yeah, don't want to jinx it.
he wants to add other competitions that he hasn't won yet. So I think he's looking at PSL,
Hmm.
Americas, um,
Cool.
Shaw, of course. I mean, you can't
Yeah.
I feel like once you go to the Shaw, you can't go back. Like you can't
Yeah.
like you have to keep going to the Shaw. Like there's nothing else that has topped the Shaw in
No.
like overall experience and athlete treatment. I feel you.
So what are your thoughts on the events going into the Arnold?
Ooh. So you know me, I love a max effort. I like the static
Mhm.
events. So I like the log. We've been working on the log. Um, I like the yoke. So kind of turning it around, kind of like what I said earlier, it's more of a speed yoke. So
Hmm.
been really working on driving my like hips and knees forward
Hmm.
to like just speed and turn and burn. And I think the other thing that's, people have to think about is it's not just one way. You're having to turn around and go back. So you also
Yep.
have to train that you get across the first line and how are you going to turn around?
Yeah.
I've seen some people, they just kind of go straight through, which is how I do it. I just go straight through, turn around and go back. Some people like can't like duck underneath, so they like get out and then duck underneath or go around. And so you
Yeah,
have
I've
to
seen
think
that.
about like what is going to be the fastest to get you the time that you need. Um, so I'm really excited about that event.
Yeah.
I trap bar deadlift is probably not my favorite deadlift. I prefer a straight bar, um, just because like it's just not my favorite. But it's fine. I'm working with it.
Yeah.
I will take a static event. I mean, it's still a static event, so I'll still take it. I
Yeah.
bet you can guess what I'm least excited about is the sandbag load. Although it's
I
not
have no
like
idea.
moving, but it's still, I don't know. So I've been working really hard on it. I've been busting my
Hmm.
butt, and I think with like the weight loss that my leverages are adjusting, so I'm able to get down lower to the bar or to
Yeah.
the bag. I have found You might find this interesting. So I'm loading the Husafell bag normally. I'm not, I know you turn it and you pick it up. I'm
Yeah.
just picking it up like a Husafell and I'm getting it. But again, we have this like we're taller, so it's not as
Mhm.
big of a deal. But then you take some of these shorter athletes because we're supposed to load to 48 inches. I mean,
Oh, okay.
Elenis,
I didn't
that's,
see that in the
I
rules.
think she's that tall. Actually, she's taller than 48.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I mean, like, that's so for some of these shorter athletes, that's almost an overhead press or pretty
Yep.
close to it, to push over. And
Hmm.
um, but picking the Husafell bag up, so I've been picking and loading the 250 Husafell bag that I have, but I'm struggling with a 250 regular bag. Isn't that odd?
Yeah. No, that makes sense because like the Husa bag is shaped different, so you can get a better handle on it. With the
Yeah.
regular bag, it's just dead weight. And for that one, I can also pick up a Husa bag way easier than a regular.
Yeah. And so
Um,
that's what I was telling Colton is like if I can make it past the 250 regular bag,
yeah,
I think there's a 264 Husa bag after that that I'm like I could do that. Like
yeah,
not a
yeah,
problem.
yeah.
So I think the last bag's like a 275 bag.
275. Yep. Yep.
That's a big boy.
That's a big boy.
So,
I'm excited.
so um but that's I'm just kind of like meh, like, I'm working on it. So I think it's gonna be fine. The
Yeah.
hoist, we've been training the hoist.
How have you been training that?
We have some engineers at my gym that rigged something.
Ooh, nice.
So I might send you the goods. I can't put it out there on the interwebs.
No, no, we won't. I have an idea of how I'm going to train it, and we have the tools to do it. But actually, the way that my first coach had me train for arm over arm when it was dead winter, like the door was frozen shut that we can't even open it to get outside. Um, it was just playing tug of war with someone, but they let you win, but you have to give RPE 8 effort. And so I'm thinking of training like that again, but just different. We'll see.
What all have they released about that event? I can't remember how.
So when I was reading the rules, it said it was based on the 1970, hold on,
I wasn't even alive
events.
then.
Yeah, so when I was reading them, go down. Thank you.
Um, so it says right here,
Uh,
you're gonna be seated with a thigh pad above your
yeah,
knee, like a lat pull
featured in the
down machine. It's gonna
1979. Yep,
reminisce the hoistlet from the 1979
yep.
competition.
And so
Um,
Bailey posted that. Here, let me send it to you. I'll show you. So BDZ lemon squeeze be as if there she is. Okay. So she made a post about it and it's just like, "Oh, that actually looks not bad." Oh, here it is. Okay. And then the trunch pull. Where are you? There it is. Okay, go look at that. But like, if that's what it's gonna be, that's simple. I can do that.
oh yeah. So I think if you're looking at that, then how I've been training it
Yeah.
is right. But then like you have to think when you're pulling
Hmm.
and you have to move your hands, the weight, what I've been seeing a lot of people do is like arm over arm like a sled drag, and that's not
Right.
going to replicate it.
No. Shh.
I mean, if they can't figure it out, then they can't figure it out.
True. I've been doing a lot of towel lap pull downs. So it's hard.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah. Because like it kind of mimics it where you're over here and you're pulling, but like I don't chalk up just so that I can mimic it slipping. Holy, is that hard on your hands? But like, you know
Right.
what? Train harder and you'll get it. Um,
So yeah, no,
I'm
for
excited
sure.
for that.
But I think like I'm excited for that event.
Yeah.
I do think what's going to be, if you think about with the rope and what could happen, is you have to also be mindful about like rope burn.
Yep.
Um, and then, but I mean, the event after that is just the keg load,
But you're
which
allowed gloves
I don't
for
know
the
if they're
hoist.
really going to help that much.
But like football gloves where they're sticky.
So I use football gloves for my sandbag events, but
Yeah.
I don't know if so here I think it's a double-edged sword because if you're thinking about when you're pulling the rope fast, like you are relying on that touch to know.
Yeah.
And so I think if you have gloves or you have like a barrier, it's more likely that you're going to fumble. But that's just my
So
opinion.
so when I first started, my coach, genius, like him and I went to school, university for the same thing. And so I kind of mimicked his model because we had the same train of thought for everything. But he had me training grip work in gloves because what gloves do is gloves mask the proprioceptors in your fingers. And
Hmm.
so it actually tells your brain, oh no, you can keep going while your grip is failing you. Because when you don't have gloves and your grip starts to fail you, you just put it down. But with gloves, it blocks that feedback to your brain, and then you actually can train beyond the stimuli. So that's something that he had me doing, and that's something that I continue to do. And the thicker the glove, the better. So I actually have like garden work gloves, like the
Hmm.
thick kind.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you
But
can
then like
train
if
like
you
that.
look at then like if you go to the next event with like the keg load, it's
Yeah.
similar to the sandbag, the
Yeah.
movement of the load, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, I think the difference is you can grip a keg a hell of a lot better
Yeah.
than you can a
For
sandbag.
sure.
So we're gonna see a lot higher numbers.
Yeah. I'm excited for that max keg load. That's going to be so much fun.
Yeah, me
So,
too.
what carryover do you have with the Olympic City Pro-Am and the Arnold Pro-Am?
Um, so not a whole lot, but the Olympic City is lighter, if that
Okay.
makes any sense. So
Yeah.
the first event, let me go pull it up so that way I'm not speaking crazy. So the first event is a max conventional deadlift. Very excited about that. But what I guess I'm not excited necessarily is I'm training trap bar right now,
Yeah.
obviously. But I'm still excited to go and pull a max conventional deadlift.
Yeah.
Then 200-pound log for reps, which
So are you
I
going
know
to Viper that?
I am. I'm gonna. So
Good.
I do think I'm gonna Viper it.
I
So
think you
I'm
should.
excited about that.
Yep.
Um, this event, it's similar if you remember from the 23 shot. It's a sandbag into a wheelbarrow.
Yes.
So
That's the
there's
one where
that
Olga
event
just edged me out. Mm.
edged.
Just edged me out, man.
Sandbag toss. You and I love a good bag
Love.
toss. However, it's to 15 feet and they are the same weights as OSGs.
Yeah,
And we
that
threw
makes
to
sense.
13 feet at OSG.
Well, I mean, at the Shaw, it was 16 feet, but I mean, once you got it over the beam, it was more like 17.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
The North Americans and the Shaw felt like the exact same weight, and I think the Shaw had the same weights as OSG.
Mm-hmm.
So,
And then the last event is Pike Peak Stone Series. So the heights it starts at 45 inches, 50 inches, 55 inches, back down to 45 and then to 42. So
ooh,
it's a different like weights. So
yeah,
the weight goes from 175, 200, 220, 250, 275. But I think it's adjusted based off of the height.
the
So
height,
anyway,
yeah,
um,
cool.
it's a good show. I'm excited. I think that there is carryover when you're talking about with like obviously the stone load with all the sandbag load and the keg load I'm doing. Um, Sandbag throw. I mean, that's for me. I like it, so it's not hard.
Yeah,
And then the same with the wheelbarrow medley, but the sandbags for that wheelbarrow medley is 150, 200, 220. So they're not heavy sandbags to
oh,
load. So I'm not overtly concerned with it. But so there is some carryover.
yeah,
Um,
not a lot.
yeah, but I'm still excited to do
Yeah,
it.
that sounds like a really fun show, to be honest.
Yeah, and it's during spring break, so I don't have to take off work. So that's the
Yeah,
best part.
nice. Do you have to take off work for the Arnold Pro-Am?
Yes. That's
Mm.
why
Oh,
I'm
that's why
flying
you're
in.
coming in late.
That's why I'm coming in late and then we're leaving
Yeah.
early. So I only have to take one day.
Yeah. So then is the athlete meeting on the Thursday
I don't think so.
or
I
the
mean, I
Friday?
I would assume it's on Friday since we don't compete till Saturday.
That's right. It's only 2 days. I'm so used to these 3 day comps that I always forget about the 2 days. So cool.
Yeah.
Well, it
The
sounds
only
like you
thing I
have a
know about the Arnold, Colton said that there's a really good pizza place that's right next to the venue. I
ooh,
do
there's
like
a
some
lot of
pizza.
good places. Yeah, there's a lot of good places around the Arnold.
Yeah.
So, and you guys might be at the same hotel as us. So that could
Ooh.
be, I know, that could be dangerous. Well, Jackie, thank you so much for coming on the podcast. Where can people find you?
I am located in Oklahoma.
Not your actual location.
But my Instagram handle is that the underscore Trunchbull. So follow me there. That's where I post most of my training stuff. Funny memes. I usually, right now, I'm posting a lot about book talk because Onyx Storm comes out tomorrow for all my book lovers, um, Kindle girlies. So yeah,
Yep.
follow me there. We can talk about all sorts of stuff.
Awesome. And so to look forward to, we have the Arnold Pro Am, we have the Olympic City Pro Am, we have the Shaw. Hopefully, North Americans, fingers crossed, we get an invite for you.
Yeah.
Um, and then potentially one in October, you said?
Yeah, it's either
America's
I don't
Strongest
so they
Woman.
haven't announced the dates for America's Strongest. In the past, historically, it's been October, November.
Yep.
I know last year it was mid-October in Vegas at the Olympia.
Yep.
So if it
That's
stays the
right.
same, it might be then. If not, who
Going to
knows?
Vegas, baby. That's right.
Yeah,
And then, of course, OSG in December.
that's right.
So you and I will have one, two, three solid opportunities to go up against
Possibly
each other.
four
And
if North America's chimes in.
the feud of the Jackies continues. Best of luck for your season. I can't wait to see you in 6 weeks. It's
I
six
know.
weeks out,
Six
dog.
weeks. 6 weeks. We got a
Six
lot of time to put in some work.
month and a half to
Yeah,
clean up that deadlift in those moving events. My gym is expanding, so I will be able to train all in one place. I'm so excited about that.
good.
Are you on YouTube or anything like that?
I'm not on the tube, just on
Not on the tube.
Instagram, Facebook for my like old relatives that don't have Instagram. But yeah,
People don't
just
need
the
to add you on
gram.
Facebook. Well, go check her out at the Trunchbull on Instagram, and she'll be back on this podcast. She'll probably be reoccurring. We do like to trash talk each other, not others though, because if you're gonna trash talk, do it to someone's face. So,
And we
anyways,
trash talk our husbands, so that's fine.
oh yeah, well, I feel like they trash talk each other to their faces too.
They do.
They do, yeah. Well, thank you for coming on the show. I appreciate it, and I can't wait to watch you this season. It's gonna be super fun.
See you next time.
See you next time. Bye. What the
Bye.
fuck? Bye.